y'all, I'm Miss Mellis. I'm here to pack the rare Nintendo handheld and game show that General had the other day. Not a whole lot of stuff to get packed. General actually is leaving to go out of town tomorrow and he's got a show tonight. So we're trying to get as much stuff done and taken care of tonight as we can before I have to take him to the airport at 4 o'clock in the morning. So wish me luck on that. I'm not necessarily a morning person. But that being said, let's go ahead and start getting this stuff packed. We'll be able to get it to the post office today, so that's great. Alright, so our first item is going out to Echo Wolf, and they picked up, was it a giveaway? Yeah, they won this copy of Bonanza, which is a PSP, I think it's like it looks almost like a Mahjong or like a tile kind of game. So I'm sure it's not a Mahjong game, but it's the first thing that came to my mind when I saw it. But yeah, so it's cool. I believe PSPs are region free, so you should be able to play it on any PSP. It's kind of cool. Like when we went to Japan, we brought back a lot of really cool colored PSPs. Actually have one I'm supposed to be working on. For myself, it's like a light, like lavender color. It's really pretty. Alright, so this is going out to Doug J. Lamont, and they picked up a copy of Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story, which is right here. So we'll get that out there to him. And General is on the hunt right now, actually, which is kind of crazy. Got a call from a normal connection of ours, and hadn't heard from them for a while, so it's kind of like, I hope you're okay. And they're like, yeah, no, I'm working a new job right down the street from you. You want to come check out and see what we have? So that's where General, like I said, that's where General's at now. Alright, so this is going to Captain Chada, and this is a copy of the new Super Mario Brothers for the DS, and this is loose. I should put those in a little envelope on the inside. I might go do that. Just because I feel it might make it, yeah, I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that, y'all. So, the other day, there's a business down our street that makes bubble wrap and bubble mailers. And so sometimes they'll have stuff that's overstock that they'll, give away. So I got all these little bubble wrap, bubble bags. And I was like, oh, this will be perfect for, like, games and stuff. Well, they're just ever so slightly too small, so they don't fit a game. And it looks like they're just ever so slightly too big for it to make any sense for you to package a single game in this and then put it inside the other one. So I think we're going to be okay. Alright, so this is going to, so I just wasted my time, sorry y'all. This is going to Jay Burns 117. They picked up 2 items. They got a copy of Super Mario 64 DS. Scared me there for a second. I was like, no, this isn't a 64 game. Super Mario 64 for the DS. I mean, you're fine. Stop that, bub. And they also picked up The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds here, and this is, I believe, CIV. Yep. Has an electronic manual. It has its little warranty cards and stuff like that in there. So that's pretty cool. going to jburn117. Alright, so up next, this is going to Jared Frost. They picked up a Game Boy DMG-01 console tested. So yeah, it's tested, it works, it's cleaned. I did a little bit of a deep clean on the battery terminals this morning, opened it up, cleaned it all out on the inside, scrubbed the case and stuff like that. So it looks really nice. And yeah, now it's going to its new forever home. Let's see if these slightly off-sized bags work. Oh, they work perfect for the Nintendo, for the Game Boy at least. So that's great. We found a use for them. Kind of surprises General's gonna come home with. And then like I said, he leaves for he's actually going to Chicago tomorrow, and then he's meeting up with Carlos and David Pacena, the original mocap action actors for Mortal Kombat. This is going to Jared Frost. This is the Game Boy. But yeah, so he's gonna go hang out with them in Chicago. And then they're going to drive to Cincinnati to a convention that they're going to in Cincinnati. And so General is going to hang out with them, and they're all going to drive together. And they're all going to fly back from Cincinnati to wherever everybody lives. So that's kind of cool. Alright, so that's Jared Frost. Alright, up next we have, this is Dimitri won, and he won a 4-player adapter for the Game Boy. But no, it was pretty cool. They called General and were like, hey, are you going to this convention? He's like, no, I wasn't planning on it. Like, no, you're going to come. They're like, just get your plane tickets here, and we'll all drive together, and it'll be fun. I was like, you can't miss that. So I was like, there's no way. No way you can miss that. Especially that kind of an invitation, you know? So General will be gone until Monday night. dang it, I still have to give the dog a bath. Dang it, Grimmy. I know, bub. Dimitri 1. Alright, up next is Frugal Poppy. And they won this auction for The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D. It is CIB. And then because they were a buyer for this item, they won the buyer appreciation for this Dragon Heart figurine. So, that is for Frugal Poppy. So since I had to cut this box down a little bit, it didn't quite line up perfectly square. So I'm going to make sure it's wrapped in a plastic bag too. So that nothing falls. We used to use these a lot. We would use them for like when we would sell shirts and stuff like that on eBay. Now it's really more just to like reinforce boxers and make sure that they're like secure. before I started filming this, and since General's not here, I can't go to the store and go get more tape. So we're working with the eBay tape. Is what it is. Alright, so it looks like that's all of our ground packages. So now we're going to do our priority packages. Don't have that many of them. I might be able to get that in there. Alright, so this is going to, I'm going to say Starbase. Yeah, Starbase. So Starbase picked up 8 items. They picked up, let's see here. This has got to be the buyer appreciation gift. Then they picked up this game. They picked up this game. They picked up Clock Tower 3. I think this is Kazera no Mori. Karazu. Karazu. I don't know. Sorry, I can't pronounce stuff very well. Then we've got Killer Queen Portable. Secret Game Killer Queen Portable. We have Rhapsodia for the PS2. We have the Final Fantasy 7 by itself. And then we have the Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9 bundle. Sorry, I had to make sure I read that correctly. Yeah, and then this is the buyer appreciation giveaway, the Starbase one. So, let's see here. I think. I'm going to get a little bit more of this foam paper stuff. Just to prepare the so I had something cool happen. So if you guys are into retro games, and when I'm talking about retro games, I'm not talking about like PS3, I'm talking about like retro. I am now starting to, well, I mean, I'm sure they have PS. Anyways, I'm starting to write for a magazine called Old School Retro Gamer. My first article just came out. It's in issue 36, talking about educational games, everything from the original, very first video game that was ever created called the Sumerian game, all the way up to like, common stuff that we know from the early 80s and 90s, like Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, Number Crunchers, Number Munchers, those games, and yeah, you should be able to check it out online, I believe. Maybe you have to have a subscription to it, but check it out. It's Old School Retro Gamer Magazine.com is the website. It's my first time writing for them, so I'm really excited. It's kind of fun to be writing again. And I have another article coming out in the next issue. I'm going to keep it a secret until then. So, but yeah, you should check that out. It's really cool. General is also in that issue. He is talking about his experience at the Phoenix game on. So, yeah. Alright, so this is going to, it's like Soul Society. They picked up a PS Vita, and 3 bonus games. So there's the 3 bonus games. Pretty good deal. Comes with the charger. Charger is right here. Charging cord, I should say. Yeah, no, I'm excited about the magazine thing. I used to write a lot when I was younger, and kind of for like, whatever industry I was in, I was like writing for. So I did hair. I wrote for that. I did like horror movie costume makeup and stuff like that. I wrote for that. So, alright, 3 games. Vita, 1,000, region free. But yeah, now it's kind of cool because so my gaming experience. Oh, sorry, and the cord. My gaming experience is not so much console based, but much more PC based. And I started playing on the PC in like maybe 86. So I was playing Dungeons and Dragons with my dad on the MS-DOS computers, and I remember like playing the little, super pixelated character, and like, oh yeah, that's a wizard. Oh yeah, that's a druid. Whatever, you definitely had to use your imagination playing those games. And then gradually as I got older, obviously my dad got newer and newer computers that had better graphics cards and better processors and whatnot, and so we were able to play better games. So I continued playing D&D games a lot. I played Neverwinter Nights. I played something Deepwater, Darkwater, something like that. I think Darkwater. But it's a Forgotten Realms game. I played almost all of the D&D games that were on the floppy disk, and yeah, so that's kind of like where my game experience comes from. And then we'll be talking about games like that, and other kind of older niche computer games. Yes, I played Doom. Yes, I played Wolfenstein. But those weren't like the games that I played most often. Like I played a lot more educational games and a lot more like just random stuff. But yeah, so we'll talk about that. I grew up in a really small town too, so I didn't have the same exposure to games as everybody else. So I'm going to kind of use some of that, angle to kind of guide my articles. Like, I don't know if y'all had places that would rent computer games or not, but like where I grew up, we could rent a computer game, and you could keep it for a week, and then you just had to bring back the install disc and the stuff like that, where you would be charged for the whole game. So that's how I played a lot of games in the very beginning. All right, so this is going to Bowler 666. He picked up 2 items. He picked up the clear console with the mismatched cereal. This is supposed to be a silver box, but it got, I don't know. Anyways, so you pick that up. He also got a copy of Zelda Triforce Heroes for the 3DS. That is CIB. It's got that electronic manual. Going to Bowler 666. again for the eBay tape. I ran out of clear tape. General's gone right now. Didn't make one not tape yet. So just have to make do so we can get this stuff packed and shipped out. Alright, up next is Dragos 387. They picked up 2 items. They picked up a copy of Mega Man, Dr. Wily's Revenge. It has no manual, but the game is in there. They also picked up a Game Boy Pocket AC adapter. Nice. I don't know. Are there any conventions y'all are looking forward to going to, or anything that y'all are planning on going to? We're considering doing Portland. Things have been kind of up in the air. Our daughter's getting married. That's the same weekend as my birthday. Our son turns 18 just a few days later. She's got a lot going on. He's got some theater performances and stuff like that. We missed those last year because we were in Japan. And since he's a senior this year, he definitely missed out on any of that stuff. So we might miss out on a convention. But that means that we would just go to Josh's convention in March instead. Which is cool, because we missed out on Josh's convention last year because of the trip to Japan as well. So. Yeah, I definitely feel like I missed out a lot by not going to the convention in Phoenix, because everybody was there, and I was like, man, I missed everybody. So that was a little bit of a bummer. I'm kind of sad about missing Cincinnati also, but at the same time, I understand. Like sometimes you just gotta hold the fort down. So there's no reason for both of us to go. We're not doing a table. Whatnot's not there. So. It's not like they need both of us to be there. It's more, I'm just going because I want to go. Alright, so that is Dragos 387. Left? Oh, okay, sweet. Perfect. Awesome. Alright, so this is going to Butterfly Mansion. They picked up the Handy Boy Game Boy. It's so funny, when we first got that, like, everybody was like, oh my gosh, I want that. And like we hadn't even, like nobody not even in the, well, I mean, as far as I knew, nobody had like had time to like, go check the comps or anything like that. And so when we finally all checked the comps, we're like, oh wow, yeah, that's a little piece of nostalgia right there. That's for dang sure. But yeah, so basically it's just a magnifier for your Game Boy, so you can actually see the screen. So, which is cool. They were trying to remedy a problem they knew that they had. They were doing their best. Going to Butterfly Mansion. Okay, y'all, we have 2 left. So this is going to Mad Picks. Alright, so Mad Picks picked up the Hyperkin Superboy right here. Then they also picked up The Nintendo DSi with 4 games. Oh, that's cool. They even have like little pens and everything. Oh, that's dope. Alright, 4 games. Oh no. Okay. I see 4 games. It's cool. It's got a little napkin in there. It's got little headphones still. Oh, they're still originally tied up and everything. Okay. Got a little car charger. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. Alright, sorry, that scared me. I couldn't find it. Alright, they also got a copy of Pokemon Black. So in this case, I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it inside the envelope. The whatever this thing is called, the sleeve. And I'm going to just like push it up just enough so she can see it's right there. Pokemon Black. That was the 3rd item that they purchased. Just want you to know that it's there. That's the worst is when, you know, there's like little items like that and you don't see them in your box. And you're like, hello. It's like I've misplaced stuff like that a couple of times. And then like I go through this stuff later and it's like in the corner in a tiny little envelope where it just like fell in between something or got stuck in the bottom of the box or, you know, you didn't see it because it was just like tiny. Alright, so if anybody's going to be in the Cincinnati area this coming up weekend, General is going to be there at the Mortal Kombat table. I'm so sorry, y'all. I cannot remember what the name of the convention is off the top of my head. I should really look that up. Alright, this is going to Mad Picks. And then last but not least, this is going to Super Tech. Super Tech picked up 1 item. They picked up the Game Boy rechargeable battery pack, AC adapter. Sweet. But yeah, so like I said, General's going to be at the convention in Cincinnati this weekend. Go check him out. He's going to be with the Mortal Kombat guys. I love seeing y'all in person, in public. In the flesh. There we go, that's the right word. He likes to meet y'all. So if you get a chance and you're in the area, by all means, go say hi. And yeah. I will be here holding the fort down. There we go. That is Super Tech. Last box. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me while I got this stuff packed, and thank y'all for hanging out with us during the show yesterday. We really appreciate y'all always being there to help support us, showing your love through your purchases, and just being there hanging out, saying howdy. I think that goes to Mad Picks. Put that in there. Alright. But yeah, so thank y'all so much for being here and hanging out. I really do appreciate it. Let's see here. This is probably the best way. I'm ruining everything. Alright, getting that charger in there for Mad Picks. Because I forgot that. That was my bad. mistake that I almost made right there. And Madpex has been such a great customer for quite some time. I don't want to make any mistakes on her orders, especially. Not that I want to make any mistakes on anybody's orders, but you know what I'm saying. But anyways, with that package being correctly packed, that is that. And we have a show, I believe, tonight at 6 p.m. I could not tell you what we're selling. But yeah, come check it out. We'll be on Whatnot tonight, 6 p.m. General Mail is just channel.